Hey, this is Steve Good on the Coin Chat.
With Yuri Cataldo.
And we're back once again to cut through the crap and misinformation in cryptocurrency to tell you what really matters. And we're on we're coming close now to the Ethereum Constantinople fork. So we thought we'd give everybody a quick update. There have been people asking us questions. So
yeah. Well, so that's a good that you brought that up, because the number one question that I've been hearing is about coins. Like, will my coins be safe? Do I have to get a separate wallet for this? Like, we talked about it being a hard fork, but maybe we should go a little bit more about what that really means, and do we need new wallets and all that kind of stuff?
Right. So the simple answer to the question is this is not a hard fork where the coin is splitting into two. And I know that, I've had someone ask me, well, HitBTC didn't make an announcement about it, so do I need to be worried? Somebody else said I have my Ether coins on the Mu. The short answer is nothing should change, because this is just a software upgrade and it's a server-side upgrade. So you don't even need to worry about your wallet itself. The wallet should not be, in this particular instance, shouldn't be impacted, because the wallet isn't doing anything. The wallet is still sending and receiving. The key changes that took place are taking place in Constantinople, as we talked about previously, are speeding up the network, lowering the cost of fees. These are all server-side things that the wallet shouldn't be impacted by. So the answer is those people who are holding their tokens in traditional Ether wallets should not see anything change. It should just carry on as normal. Those who are on exchanges have to give people reassurance that their coins will be fine. And yes, they have to maybe do some technical stuff to continue supporting it. But I mean, there have been a number of exchanges already announcing that it's not an issue, carry on as normal. Some exchanges like HitBTC have not said anything yet, but I don't see any reason to be concerned, because this is not the first time that this has happened. This is the fourth time now that we're seeing a fork occur with Ether where it's not actually anything more than a software upgrade. And hopefully people are reassured by that their coins will be safe. They should be safe. I don't see any reason for them to be worried.
That's great. That's great. So the other thing people are looking at, and again, we talked about this briefly, is just about more of a rally. Like, I know things have kind of leveled off at least a little bit since our last chat about this.
Two moon, two Lambo. Yeah, win moon, win Lambo.
Yeah, exactly. So are you seeing a rally? Like, what's happening?
Well, we sort of got a bit of a rally going on. I mean, if you look at Ether, we hit like a bottom of about $80, $81 or something, and then it's risen to about 150 USD, which is now, a week before the fork. But the theoretical aspect of this is that there's a lot of momentum into this, because we know that they're going to shorten or limit the supply of coins over the next wave of time. So that means that so long as the total supply of users out there remains fixed or growing, then the coin price should go up. And so technical analysis wise, if you look at any of the things that are out there on CCN or CoinDesk or whatever, but the coverage in the news, they're all more or less saying it's in a bullish space. We could probably do an analysis episode. I've been charting it myself. Everything is pointing to a support line that's been drawn that we keep bouncing on and then bouncing off of and staying above it. So who knows what happens after the fork? There's people saying, sell into the good news. There's people saying buy into the good news after it's happening. So you get both, sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
But I don't kind of get the instinct that we're going to see a sudden sell-off. I mean, Bitcoin equally on the same note, people were saying we needed to see it go above 3850 to know that we were still moving in an upward direction. We've done that. It's trading around 39.85 at the time of our speaking right now. So it's not as bullish as Ethereum by any stretch, but I'd like to think that we're into a next wave of bullish activity, and let's hope that after the Constantinople, people will jump in going, phew, great, the hard fork's done, no problem, let's get some more now. So I'm hoping, but we don't know. I mean, none of us really know. That's why it's analysis and not recommendations, not advice.
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna hodl my way through it, though. You're welcome to join me.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm doing the same thing. I'm holding on and just seeing where things are going to go.
Fantastic. So that's
Yeah,
good.
because yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
So
something interesting.
okay, good,
Go ahead.
good. I was going to ask you
I
if
can
you're
say,
worried at all about this at all, about the fork.
oh, am I worried about the fork? No, I'm not worried about the fork. I know you and I have talked about this at length. Keeping my coins in their current wallets, letting things go, and again, just kind of letting it. I'm excited for the fork. I'm excited for what's happening with Ethereum, because I know you and I again have mentioned this before. When we first started talking about this, we were both very excited about the potential of Ethereum, smart contracts, and where it's going. So this is a much needed upgrade. So I'm very interested to see where things are going. So actually, with that same thought,
Yeah.
Vitalik's been a little more, say, vocal with this fork coming up, and around December 25th, he was asked about if he's been working with Bitcoin to get involved in what's happening with the updates, or even his thoughts on Bitcoin SV. And he made some very interesting kind of quick replies back, in that he has no disagreements. Or I'm sorry, he has disagreements with the roadmap, but he thinks they're making generally cool tech. But he concluded it by saying he thinks that Bitcoin SV is a pure dumpster fire.
Like that's going one step further than where we were approaching this when we were talking on the Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. When was it?
Yeah.
Eve? The New Year's
it was New Year's episode, talking about where we thought it was going. But yeah, he was even stronger than that. Came out, called it a pure dumpster fire, which of course meant that Craig Wright had to jump in and give his own 2 cents about where he thought Ethereum was, and has now been replying on Twitter. He's been replying on various smaller news media outlets about how he doesn't really think very much of Vitalik or Ether, or thinks that Vitalik has no idea what Bitcoin SV actually does.
Well, apparently neither do we. because and you already know this happened, but we haven't talked about it, but it's because you mentioned this.
Right.
So when we did that episode on New Year's Eve, we posted something to Craig because we thought, you know what? There's a lot of stuff out there. We covered off what the facts on the street are, what people are saying. And we said, why don't you come on the show and join us? And so I'll just show people what we actually posted to him and what happened when we did it, and what happened in the news after we did it, because we actually had a cascade effect that we didn't even realize we were doing, which was even more amusing. So this is what we said to Craig. At Professor Faustus on Twitter from the Coin Chat. We spoke about you in our latest episode. Can you join us to hashtag set the record straight and tell us about your plans for SV on the Coin Chat? Yeah. To which he replied to us and said, you guys are stupid. And we are the original Bitcoin, so anything else you say is irrelevant and you're wasting all of our time, something along those lines. Well, I got a response. This is great. So I'm going to go click and have a look at what he wrote. Yeah. And take a tempered approach to seeing if I can engage him to get him on the show and have an honest, gentlemanly conversation. I literally clicked as it came into my phone because I was like, I can't believe I just got a response. This is brilliant. And the response to that was, Professor Faustus, meaning Craig Wright, has blocked you on Twitter. So he immediately after we posted it and he sent off his response, he then turned around. He decided, I'm not really happy with that response. Can you see both screens, by the way, or just the one?
I see just the one.
Okay, let me switch over to the second screen so you can see both. So you can see the blocked part, because that's just half the fun of showing this to you.
Sure.
So here's the blocked screen. So he blocked.
Oh, there it is. Yep, you've been blocked.
Yeah. So effectively, just by writing that little thing, he calls us stupid for calling it SV. It's not Bitcoin SV. It's what you called it, Bitcoin SV. It's not SV. He's just the original Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know. It was just like amazing. And then blocked us. Now, what's more interesting, and this is where I think the really interesting part comes in, is that right after that happened, I said, you know what, I'm going to go use my private Twitter account, the at Steve Good at CEO one, much like I use for everything. And I said, I'll try to just connect with him directly just to say, hey, I'm sorry, apologize. not trying to attack you or offend you. We're just trying to get the facts and set the record straight, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to connect to follow him because he had now switched his account to you have to be accepted by him. So we literally triggered this event that led to not being allowed to follow him until such time that he's accepted you. And turns out, like a day later, it was in the press.
Right.
He changed his account. Only they didn't realize we were the cause of it. We were the last straw.
Exactly. He's just so tired of
fame with Craig Wright is we were the last straw before he actually changed his Twitter account, as far as we could tell, because it was within seconds that I posted, and then I couldn't connect to him anymore.
Right. So yeah. That's.
So wow,
I like our timing.
We're connecting with all the wrong people for all the wrong reasons.
we are. We didn't even get a chance to ask him about his issue in Florida too. So
but he probably wouldn't be allowed to talk about legal issues. But anyway, we're on Vitalik's side about maybe it is a bit of a trash bin if they don't want. If this guy wants to call us stupid and doesn't want to sit and have a normal conversation and be just genuine, authentic, and have a chat. What a shame. I'm not going to say that he's stupid, but blocking us probably was. Yeah,
exactly. Well, you never know.
I don't think we're worth blocking.
I don't think so.
But if somebody thinks we're worth blocking, please put it in the description down below. Send us a comment and say you're worth blocking, and it's okay. We can't be liked by everybody. I mean, there were one or two people who didn't like our video, and that's okay. I'm sorry, but we want to cover the facts.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back to Ethereum. We love you, Vitalik, because you're a young, smart guy and you're making cool things in the market. So the other thing I wanted to say about Ethereum, which I'm excited about, and you were talking about your enthusiasm, is this upgrade's great for some really cool reasons. I mean, what I really like about it is they're really they're addressing what I'd say is the big problem we've been seeing going on for a while, which is Ethereum's too expensive, Ethereum's too slow, blah, blah, blah. Neo and EOS are better. And guess what? Their EOS and Neo are no better anymore, because Ethereum's network upgrades are going to solve all that and solve other things so that you don't overspend on your gas.
Oh, right.
So thumbs up. I like that. It's really cool. I mean, I'm not against EOS. I'm not against Neo, but I like to see that Ethereum's up their game and they're really focused on speed of transaction and moving into the faster network world, which is what we need.
Mm-hmm. No, it totally is.
Minimize all the banking and all the transacting that we need to do.
Yeah. Great.
So hats off to the Ethereum team. I wish them all the best for their for the successful launch of the Constantinople upgrade. And of course, we want to see some moons and some Lambos. And of course, maybe this will drive the Ether price back up so we can go back to Lambo and moon directional status. Not the same way, but
right.
Gradual is better,
Exactly.
Yeah. But lots of stuff going on in the world of Ether and crypto, and great to cover all this. I hope everyone's appreciating this. If you like the episode, we would appreciate a like, share it. We're trying to do our best here to really give everybody all the latest and greatest in what's happening. And of course, we always appreciate the subscribers. We're trying to get our name out there and grow the show. We've had lots of good feedback. We've had some negative feedback, and we like that because it helps us to get better. So thank you for everybody who's given us feedback. No matter what it is, it's all good. We're okay with that, right?
Right.
Just have to go and put my head under a pillow for an hour sometimes. But, no,
exactly.
It's all good. And if you want to connect with us directly, join us on our Telegram chat. We are there, so you can actually have direct conversations with us. T.me, which is for Telegram, / guess what? The coin chat. So cool. Great. Yuri, it's great to see you.
Good to see you as always, Steve.
And thanks everybody for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a shout. Give us any comments you like on the way out. To the moon, Lambos, and moons, and Ether. Until next time.